Welcome to video 3 of patterns. Orbitals, which for my students, this is a very familiar chart at this point. So another reason, another way that the periodic table is broken up is in what is called the S, P, D, and F block of elements. These actually describe the shape of a variety of different orbitals that occur with an element. What an orbital is, it's an area where electrons can kind of hang out. Electrons don't like each other because they're all negative, so they repel. And because of that, they're trying to get as far apart as they possibly can from one another. And to do that, they take up a space which is called an orbital. And S, P, D, and F represent the shapes of those orbitals. So for example, when you have an S orbital, that's saying the electron is somewhere inside the sphere. It could be anywhere. And even though this is a circle, think of it as a three-dimensional thing, because atoms are three-dimensional. P orbitals, kind of like S for sphere, right? P for peanut. They kind of look like little peanut shape, something like this. Or if you had two balloons and smushed them together. Here, they're going to either be organized maybe at a z-axis, which is coming through you, an x-axis, or a y-axis, which you can see here. But again, the electrons are somewhere inside these shapes. For D, I kind of think of a four-leaf clover shape with them. And there are 5 different orientations. Essentially, it's just this clover rotated 4 times. But the other reason why you could think of D is for donut. There is one that looks, and maybe I can recreate it really quickly. There is an orbital that looks like this with a D orbital, but there's a little donut area kind of right in the middle. Kind of looks something like that. And then for F, I kind of remember funky. We don't want to think about those. Okay? Think of more complicated clover-like shapes. But this really does help us do electron configurations, which there's a whole other array of videos on. So this is going to be a short video. Just wanted to review the orbitals again really quickly in the S, P, D, and F blocks of the periodic table. Please don't forget that the 1s is over here. That's helium. And it does go, so this would be the 1s2 spot. So really short video on orbitals, but again, I wanted you to see that the periodic table is broken up again into a different pattern. Have a great one.